There's a recall. Remember, she's brand new at this, and she's 5.5 years old. We don't think she's ever been out off leash, and when she is on the leash, she's pulling. And so she's still getting used to having to listen outside, at a distance, not at the end of a tight leash. And so basically this session is continuing our foundation of recall and stay. So we're practicing both things which are opposite of each other. We're adding distractions to the stay. This rolling truck is either something the dogs want to run towards or away from. In either scenario, they learn to just stay and watch passively. And then we're also working on that release, which is break. That's a good girl. We're also adding a new skill today, which is the follow. It's taking that recall that she's learned and continuing it in a straight line as Josh walks backwards. And it's the precursor to heel. Heel is our nice walk. All Josh has to do to turn the follow into the heel is turn around and start walking forward. So there's a recall. And this time he's continuing to move. So instead of recall to stay, it turns into follow. Follow a straight line. We also call it railroad tracks. It's harder than it looks because we're not restraining her, right? So we're not holding on to a tight leash. She has options. She could run over to me. She could run up the hill. Some dogs lay down and refuse to move. We're just asking her to follow in a straight line. And then that makes teaching heel much easier. But we're teeter-tottering between the recall and the stay because they're opposites of each other. They complement each other in a training session. It becomes very clear when to move and when to stay. That was an important moment right there. It was an honest mistake. Again, she's not used to holding still, and she's not used to people being able to hold her accountable for holding still. So she acted on impulse and just stood up and started walking. How she took that correction was beautiful. That's really what matters. Good girl. She's learning that the release or another command is when you can leave your stay command. She's really sweet, isn't she? She's just not used to listening. I don't think anyone's asked much of her in 5.5 years. But she's got a really good attitude and she's getting it. Getting the hang of it. She's got an ultimatum here. She could run over to me or she can stay with Josh. What a good girl. Look at that. Wow, Georgie. Nice job. This is a good session. Good girl, Georgie.